Okay. Am I live? It looks like I'm live. Into Google Drive I go to read my script for the channel news. So, July is over. Good for him. Uh, this is video number 30 out of the 31 that I was planning for the month. I have recorded the Ace Attorney video. I just need to edit it. However, it's 10:30 p.m. in my time zone, and I have to get up at 6:30 a.m. For something very exciting that is happening soon. However, it means that if I were to stay up and edit that footage, I would probably not be very okay tomorrow, and thus I am making the executive decision to not do that. However, I was in a few different things that I'm not currently counting as uploads because they didn't go on my channel, but they definitely are public videos and you can watch them if you haven't already. So I'm gonna call mission accomplished, and more importantly, now that I'm going back down to 2 videos a week instead of 7, I'm doing so with the knowledge of what daily uploads actually entail, and I can make informed decisions about whether or not to do this again. Yeah, that covers that aspect of the news update, the month in review. July, pretty effective for the channel, I would say. Yeah. So what happened is that I missed one day, and then it kind of piled up the makeup work. That is a mental habit of mine where I'm a perfectionist until I'm not. Yeah, what happens frequently is that if I have a perfect record going, I will do everything in my power to maintain it. That's how I got a 4.0 in high school, despite some issues that arose. That's how I was able to keep daily logins for certain apps in the triple digits, high triple digits. But the thing is, right, as soon as it stops being perfect, I no longer care about trying to be perfect. If I missed one day on an app, and not even because I didn't log in before going to bed, but just because it rolled past the midnight, I would probably not end up with. It's easier for me to keep a daily login streak of 512 going than a daily login streak of 8. Um, and that's basically my situation in terms of that. So it sounds kind of not fantastic, but in a way, it is a good thing, and I'm able to exploit it in with some strategic decisions that I've been making even on this channel. For instance, I've uploaded a few videos that are in categories that I wouldn't necessarily consider myself skilled in. And if I hadn't uploaded those first videos while I was pretty much mediocre at whatever it is that I'm trying to do in those videos, I probably wouldn't ever get around to making that type of video, in which case I don't end up with any practice, and thus I never get good enough to want to upload those videos. Now that the threshold is broken, I can upload stuff like singing videos whenever I want, because I know it's probably not going to be the worst thing that I've done in that category. That's also why I uploaded the audiobook of The City of Masks. I am starting up a story called Isakara. It will get its own announcement video relatively soon. I just need to figure out a sustainable release schedule for the actual serial, because once I do that, I'll have all the information that I need to announce it properly. But I didn't want it to be my first published writing because that is a lot of pressure, and I got rid of all the pressure by uploading something that I wrote in high school and didn't revise. Well, I've revised it since writing it in high school, but I haven't revised it since a year ago when I brought it into my creative writing class not high school. So yeah, I didn't revise it again before uploading it. It's a year-old story with a year-old revision process, and I just figured, well, this is something that I was okay with at the time. Let's toss it up, and then I will have no issue writing other stuff. And yeah, the only reason that my new story hasn't launched yet is because I'm trying to figure out when to actually upload it. Also, speaking of new things, new series is launching on the channel soon. I've recorded it, I just need to edit, and I'm not doing that tonight for the reasons I've already outlined. Behind the scenes, I use a guideline of a triple rotation between games that don't have too much tonal overlap. The game that just left the triple rotation is Cat Quest, and thus I had to find something reasonably comedic to replace it with, because Touhou is... It's not like a dark game, but it's kind of mostly focused on action and combat, and yeah. And then my other spot is Bloodstained right now. It was Doom before. I could bring back Doom, but I'm not going to bring back Doom into the spot that was previously Cat Quest. That would be too overwhelming in the 3 main series games of a somber tone, or just aggressive, violent, type games. Whereas Ace Attorney series is overall rather entertaining, and thus I'm replacing my lighthearted game with another lighthearted game, The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, that just came out on Steam. And so that was going to be my main video for today, which is why I was recording it earlier, but instead of editing, I played Among Us. Because I can't reschedule the Among Us, I can reschedule the editing. And yeah, that's what happened there. But yeah, so I finally have actual Among Us footage that's not from public lobbies, and that'll be able to go up on the channel over the next few however long, so that's exciting. And besides that, Ace Attorney Chronicles is going to be one of my main series. Main series meaning one of the 3 finite single-player story-based games. Not necessarily single-player. I could put a co-op game into the rotation. I would just need a consistent co-op person to do that with. If a game can be infinitely replayed, it's not part of the main rotation. It's just bonus videos, bonus Among Us videos, bonus special occasion videos like the Stellaris, like the Oregon Trail. That's sort of my decision-making process on what to make in order to upload. Either it's something short enough to go up by itself, it's something infinitely replayable like Magic the Gathering, and it doesn't take up a spot in the 3 main series, or it's one of those 3 main games that I'm got active at the same time, just to keep variety up in the midst of mostly recording games. Though, while I'm still mostly recording games, the actual variety itself got a bit of a boost. So, so far in this month, I was able to upload some song covers. I explicitly looked for things that I knew the author of the song was cool with people covering the songs. Fairy and Ghost both have specific notices somewhere on their public-facing presence of people being allowed to make stuff based on their music, as long as, proper credit is allocated. And then I did the Bakamitai thing, which I sang along to a upload on YouTube that I'm pretty sure is not by the company that made Bakamitai, so, whatever. And that I wouldn't say that video is a copyright infringement exactly, on account of it being transformative in a way. Plus, that song's just a meme, so whatever. But on the topic of music, besides me singing stuff, which is occasionally happening, one of the things that I sang was something that I wrote specifically. And there's going to be more of that in the future. It might not necessarily be me singing, because I do still have all those vocal aids. I didn't forget. I'm learning how to use the software properly. Yeah, I've got some projects planned for vocal aids specifically. I'm just working my way into lyric writing, so not necessarily great at it yet, but now I've uploaded something that is just lyrics that I've written, so it doesn't really matter if I'm good at it anymore. I'll get better eventually. But the song that I did upload, Future Rewrite, that is sort of an introductory song, prologue song, sort of for the D&D game. I am hosting a Dungeons and Dragons game for the people who run the Comfy Collabs Minecraft server, which is Comfy Collabs. Yeah, the Comfy Collabs group has organized 2 Dungeons and Dragons games. I am DMing one of them. It is brought to light. It is in a Domain of Dread that I designed, and it's pretty fun. We've had a session 0 and the proper start of the story so far. Both of those are not on my channel because, as the DM, I have too many spoilers on my screen to justify streaming on my end. And so, if you count either of those streams as uploads, this is video number 31 on my channel. Granted, it's number 30 on my channel because those other ones aren't on my channel, but you know what I mean. Also, a collab that happened was I played Portal 2 with Valera. I hope I'm saying that name correctly. I played Portal 2 co-op for one Thursday. That was pretty fun. I have a recording of that I will eventually try to boil down. We didn't quite finish the game though, so I'm kind of waiting to see if that will happen, in which case I'll have more footage to boil, and yeah. But that also isn't something that I was counting toward my 31 before now, so like, anyway, to slice it, I'm pretty sure I exceeded my goal for what I was going to put out this month, just not in the way that I expected to. So I'm happy with the results, and yeah. I launched Cookie Conversations. That's a new format that is just my way of having a space that I can talk about whatever I want, etc., etc. What else did I have down to? Oh, right. I mentioned that I was playing Among Us. The people I was playing Among Us with are V-Stars. I think I've mentioned this on the channel before. It's not brand new information. And if you follow my Twitter, which is sometimes a good idea, you would definitely already know about this. But I am an agent. I'm on the agent team for V-Stars, which is just now opened today, their talent applications. So if you want, you can apply to be one of the 8 members of Generation 1 of V-Stars, and in theory, I could work for you as a manager. I do not currently plan to apply myself. I will only be acting in an agent capacity in the group, and I'll like attend events and stuff like the Among Us thing. I'll be in the server. That's a pretty easy way to contact me, or you can join my server if you want to. I should probably put that in the description of this video. I'll do that at some point. Yeah, but I'm an agent for V-Stars, so if you make it onto the talent team, one of you will be assigned me as just an assistant. Pretty exciting, hopefully. Unless I get fired before that, which I mean, unlikely, but just I don't want to make definitive statements before about the future, because I mean, there's always a chance that you're proven wrong. But there's no reason that I wouldn't be on the agent team at the time that. Anyway, right. So in August, I'm no longer committed to daily content, which I wasn't on the hook for daily content explicitly at any point. I simplified my promise of 31 things uploaded, 2 daily, because that's going to average out to that, you know. And by simplifying that in the channel trailer, I used the word daily, but I wasn't necessarily saying every single day, just it was going to be 31 in 31 days. And it's 30 in 31, which, you know, whatever. Plus a few streams on not my channel, on other people's channels, which you can go check out if you want to. But I'm not going to continue to average 1 upload per day. I'm going to go back down to 2 uploads per week at the minimum, possibly more, often more. However, August specifically is not going to often have more, because I have I signed up, and this is something that's been in the works since before I even launched my YouTube channel, to give a bit of context. I have, in the month of August, something that is effectively a full-time job and is also on night shifts. Thus, I have no idea what I'm going to be able to manage in terms of uploads. I anticipate being able well enough to maintain the 2 a week that I set as a baseline at the beginning of this channel. If not, the reason why is because I'm working 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. most days of the week on a project that is currently not announced, and thus I'm not going to talk in depth about it. But just know that's what I'm doing. If I miss an upload, or if I'm very late on an upload, there's a specific reason for it, and it has been something that was going to happen this month since before I had a channel at all, much less a set upload schedule. Well, I had the channel, I just wasn't using it because I had a specific day that I wanted to start uploading, and I made that deadline, so, you know, whatever. Yeah, in terms of what to expect during August, very early in the month, possibly before even Tuesday, just so that it's, you know, still outside what would have been my normal schedule. I will upload episode 1 of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Then, Tuesdays and Fridays, I will have regular content. And if you don't know what regular content means for me, then just go back through everything that I've done so far, and that'll give you a pretty good idea. And on Monday evenings, we're still penciled in for D&D. Of course, any time that there may be missing players, we're going to handle on a case-by-case basis whether to go ahead without them for the session. So those streams are not, I mean, I don't expect them to, the series itself is going to continue on. The exact date being every single week, we'll see. I think this coming Monday might be leaning toward a cancellation, but I'll post on Twitter about it when we have a final answer. So follow my Twitter. I really should have put my links in my description, but I'll definitely do that when I have time. I think I've covered everything that I wanted to. Like I said, I'm going to make an announcement video of its own for Isakara. I am going to be writing a serialized web fiction piece. I've been setting up the website. Everything's looking good so far. I just need to get the schedule in order, and in order to do that, I have to, you know, work around the however many hour nighttime shifts that I'm pulling for however long in August. Well, I know how long. It's all of August is how long. But yeah, I just thanks for hanging out for all of July. It's been an exciting month, and I don't get a lot of those. So I'm glad to be here, and I'm still going to be here. It's just gonna be a little bit less. You're gonna see a little bit less of me. You're gonna get a break from my shenanigans, but not too much of a break. You know, I can't let you off the hook that easily. So I'll see you all soon, relatively speaking. Farewell, until we meet again. Bye.